Me so happy.
Yes.
It holds up.
Hello. All right, we're going live.
Let's do it.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome to episode 81, 82. Not 81. I'm editing that out. It's hi, everybody. Welcome to episode 82 of the Great Pendragon Campaign. It's been 3 weeks since you looked at me. Threw your hands in the air and said you're crazy.
I just
5
knew
days,
it.
yeah.
I just couldn't. Oh, you went and did it.
I went there. We are in the midst of the year 521. I'm so happy to be back. How's everybody? Welcome to the new year.
Yeah, hell yeah.
How
Good
did
to be
you
back.
Oh yeah, it is the new year, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Happy New Year.
It's only 9 days into the new year. I am so tired already.
Did you have a rough stable roll this year?
Oh god. It was like the third or the fourth that I was messaging someone. I was like, man, what a year.
Yeah.
It's true.
You're not right. Yeah, it's a new year.
Really
Yeah,
good.
true.
Yeah.
But also,
Yeah.
yeah. It's. I don't know. I'm waiting.
I'm doing
for,
good.
Yeah. It's just, man. It's another year of a pandemic, and just asking a lot of people. It just asks a lot of us to go through for multiple years. And then it just doesn't really feel like a lot of progress is made on. You know what I mean?
No.
People ask you to sacrifice in the
Absolutely.
effort of, things to get better because we're working on a project. We just need you to be patient. But then it's like, are you working on it?
Very,
Yeah.
very
Are you
sincerely.
working on it,
Like very sincerely, I think more people need to extend themselves the grace to understand that things haven't stopped being bad. So the expectation that we are okay now with it,
Yeah.
that we are no longer suffering or something like that. Like, no, we're still in the
Still
shit.
there.
It is
Yeah.
okay for this to be very difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
It's-
for real.
It's just your brain doing the human thing of adapting to present circumstances. Be like, oh, this is normal.
Yeah,
now.
yeah. Yes, this is
Yeah,
normal. This is how
right.
people get used to war and
Yeah.
all kinds of terrible
This
things.
is
Never
it's
forget.
a siege.
It's
It's literally
exactly.
a siege.
Exactly. It's
I
great,
brought the wrong drink.
16,
I need to get
20.
this drink
Yeah, I
now.
know. Anyways,
Right. Yeah, yeah.
joining us again
Good
this
morning.
week is Nimue, aka Emma.
Oh no.
Hi, I'm happy to be here. Lady of
Other
the
way
Lake,
around.
who does
Yeah.
not need to deal with these temporal difficulties for
Yeah.
the most part.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah,
Being
it's exciting to role play someone that owns a bunch of land and money. Like that's really fun.
true.
Mm-hmm.
People depend
ultimate-
on Gorthrin.
yeah.
Imaginary people.
The ultimate fantasy is being a landlord, I guess.
Yes.
Talk about future capitalist realism.
Uh-huh.
not being able to
the
dream
good landlord.
the noble landlord fallacy.
Oh
Oh,
my
yeah.
god.
I love it. I love it. We're making
Yeah.
Colin skin crawl.
I know. He's
Yeah.
all right. Colin's like, all right, well, this game's been fun.
Well, done
Yeah.
with this now.
We're done.
2 years down the drain.
Has it been 2 years?
We're coming up on year 3.
Okay.
Yeah, hell yeah. I'm pretty sure. Like
Yeah.
we started, when we first started, we could see each other in person at conventions and talk to
Oh
each other,
yeah.
right? And
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. It was
Yeah.
PAX Unplugged. Yeah. It
Yeah.
was before. It was PAX Unplugged 2019. Wow.
Was it 19 or 18?
I think it was 19.
it was 19. It was 19.
I think it was
19,
both.
yeah.
I think it was
Yeah,
both.
yeah.
I remember
Yeah.
there was the one before you guys started playing, then there was the one after.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Mhm.
That sounds exactly right.
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to start with the camera following a raven flying over Till's head, heading towards the keep. It lands in one of those little, like, not arrow slits, but, one of those nice little, like, what I'm talking about, like the candle arch looking kind of window.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
it's like bigger than the arrow slit murder hole thing. But anyways, it lands on a perch and begins to kind of groom itself. We can hear Gorthrin somewhere distantly inside Till's head, screaming, ready or not, Glesley, here I come. The beast of Till's head's looking for you, and you're gonna swallow, gonna swallow you whole, just like playing with your kid, like hide and seek. And the camera is gonna follow Glesley as she's like running and laughing and like trying to find a place to hide from Gorthrin. We're kind of like following her around, and she goes into the room with the raven, and then kind of pauses for a second, and then the camera kind of stays there for a little bit. We know time went by just a second, and we see Gorthrin like turn the corner around, doing like your best like lion impression, right? And you turn around and you see that Glesney isn't hiding, but like staring at an empty window, holding a black raven's feather. And so we're gonna open there. So excuse me for taking control of your character for a second.
Yeah.
I don't feel like you would.
Fine.
I don't feel like you would object to my portrayal.
No, not at all. She's got the feather.
Yeah, she's studying it. You know what I mean? Like kind of looking it over. Like she's completely lost interest in the game for a second, and is.
Yeah. What's that you have there?
She like startles and almost drops the feather.
Oh,
it's the raven said, "Don't be scared, and let me take its feather." And as a dad, what do you explain to your kid about the situation? He was like, again, Glesney's like 4 or 5 at this point, or like 6.
Right, she doesn't understand. Like, Gorthrin is very curious. Like, did you take it from the raven or pick it up after it dropped?
She's going to do the kid thing and not like literally not understand the technical like discrepancies of the question. Like the raven gave it to me.
And you took it from the raven.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's get out of it. This is a drafty tower.
Yeah.
Back to the hall. And go back to the Great Hall. Gorthrin's taking the feather though.
Okay. Yeah. Do you do what do you explain to your kid like about strange occurrences or like the realm or you know what I mean? Like
their
world?
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
It's
like they're and he's gonna basically the gist of it be like he's like, can I see the feather, please?
Yeah. She's like, I don't get the big deal.
Glesney, there well, you know the stories the nursemaids tell you, yes, about the fairies and the woods, and your mother reads you your Bible, does she not? In those stories. There are things that are in the world we live in that are beyond our ability to.
But Dad, those are just stories.
He's gonna pause for a second, like they're walking down some steps of the hall, so he's gonna pause and sit and get eye to eye.
She's confident that those are just stories.
Yeah. This is post Gorthrin's
you're
like journey into fairy, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, this is today. This is happening like you know what I mean? This is happening some summer day.
Some summer, some of them are stories. Some of them are what you call decorated. They've been enlarged from their truth. They're not all false. They're built on something that is real. And sometimes we become a part of one of those stories. It's very important that you be careful around things you might not be familiar with, like a bird that talks.
Yeah, Dad, I would never trust a bird, just any random bird.
Just any random bird? You have more than one bird that talks to you?
Yeah, the raven. It talks to me like almost all the time in my dreams. I only trust that one.
Ooh.
The one who tells me that those stories are all fake. They're all just stories.
Oh. The raven tells you the stories are fake.
Yeah.
I see. Can
I have the feather back?
Strange dreams. Like, did I ever tell you the dream?
No, she's like, and what's scary in that moment? Sorry to interrupt you. Simply because she's going to tell you the story, like she guessed the story that you never told her, that the raven told her that happened to you. Okay? Imagine that moment. You're like, oh, the story, and hear a story. And I'm like, oh yeah, no, that's like you never told her that story, and she knew that story. Which is strange.
Dreams are strange. Then funny that.
Yeah.
Can I have this feather?
Oh yeah, of course. You're holding it right now. Can
I keep it?
You trained her well enough to obey your parents. So she's gonna be like, she's gonna begrudgingly let you keep it.
Well, yeah, he wants to have her willingly give it to him, like that kind of thing.
Oh yeah, For sure. She'll let you do that. She's not like bewitched or anything like that. She's just a kid
Sure,
and with her
just
trust misplaced. Yeah.
Yeah, Gorthrin's just
But also-
paranoid. His conversations with Merlin and the others about how like your family is how they're going to come at you is on his mind.
Yeah, for sure. That should definitely be going through your mind. Will you tell your kid that she's maybe being manipulated by Morgan Le Fay? Or are you just going to tell her? Yeah, I know what I mean. Like, what do you tell her right now? Because like clearly she's been thinking this. She knows about the family history, and she knows about your stories and stuff like that. And
yeah, he's going to take her to the Great Hall and show her tell her again the story of how that lance got bloodstained and broken. Yeah, because Daddy is part of the story too, and Daddy kills monsters.
Yeah. Oh man. Oh, dude, that's awesome. So hold on. So like, I just imagine like you pick her up and like put her on your lap or whatever, and like you just like tell her the story of like the slow burning hearth. Again, being like, look, this is about here's the truth about strange things.
The feather is the sword,
right?
Thing,
Yeah, that nothing. Yeah, man, that's awesome. Wow.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, he's not gonna be like, dude, watch out for this witch. He doesn't want to make it worse.
Yeah.
But clearly, something's going on with one of his kids.
Yeah, but I imagine in my head you're saying that kind of stuff of like, yeah, but also like, just we're not sure what it is yet, and as your dad I'm protecting you, and I protected spiritual things before.
Like protected the Earl, protected the
right. Yep. And it's just it's part of my job to be a protector, and I'm just gonna make sure that it's safe for you. And then she's totally cool with like you pulling in being like dad protecting energy.
Yeah, that's Gordon. He's not trying to come in and scare.
Yeah, no, not at all. And you do it in a way that she doesn't even feel scared about it, right? Or like she did something wrong. Like you're a good parent in that way.
Nice.
So, yeah,
very good.
Power fantasy. Kids listen to you.
Yes. I think her name is Glessig because Gordon named her after his mom.
Yeah. I
think he's my mind said Glessnig. Yeah.
Oh
Glessig.
Yeah, I misspelled it wrong. Yeah, Glessig.
That's right. Because Glessig and Nesta are his two youngest.
Yeah. Now, I think you should probably earn yourself a check here. My guess here is this should probably be like just.
Okay.
Thinking about the lesson you give your kid, right? Or maybe it's prudent. What do you think the lesson out of this that you inadvertently reinforce in yourself, explaining this to your kid about being a protector? I'm open to other peanut gallery suggesting.
I was actually thinking merciful, because it could have been cruel to be like, listen, here are the horrors of the world, kid. Like here's Gorthrin could have easily been like, try to scare the shit out of her so that
you're full of a took.
Yeah. But it's like, first off, he knows his kids. It's like, I'm gonna say no, that's just gonna make it worse. Like I kind of see it as a more merciful, in just a sense of like avoiding pain, like taking a route that doesn't
catcher in the rye is
yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'm cool with that. Merciful, yeah, give yourself a check for merciful. Because also like we don't really show it, and it's not like a mechanical thing, but for you, like it probably hurts a little bit because you know that Morgana's coming after your family and trying to manipulate them, and you know that like this is happening in a level, and you're having to take extra pains now and protect this this small time of innocence for your girl.
And this is on Gorthrin's mind a lot lately, which
for sure
I think I mentioned in our backstage chat about conversion. That is one of those steps that's leading Gorthrin to be like, maybe I ought to take this seriously. And like my whole family is British Christian. Like maybe I ought to like make sure that's not the way that they get me.
Yeah, maybe not having talking ravens.
Yeah. Exactly.
Awesome.
And also make sure it's not like Merlin or someone else talking.
Yeah, which we'll get to. Acewin.
Years.
The Waters of the Born are having a rough go of it this year. Do you want to like call in the league here to help like come up with what's going on with why? Just imagine like low water flow, not enough for irrigation kind of stuff. Or would you want to unilaterally kind of take care of it and not waste anyone's time?
No, quest hook rejected. Not going to do anything for the rest of the year.
For sure. Okay.
Aiswin's not going to handle it on her own. I think both in her personal life and her new kind of professional responsibilities, she's very much learning the value of delegation. So, yeah, she'll tell me a little bit more about like when you say they're like we're having unusually low water in the Bourne. Okay, so like the Bourne itself is like unseasonably revealed, I guess.
Correct.
Gotcha.
And this is again, this is summer. It's not even time. Like this, just not good. It's not going to be a good year for crops because of that. So, I imagine it's probably your steward Gwern would probably tell you. You probably got to get a team up to help like dig out the spring. Just get more water coming out, or or something like that.
Right.
And be like, oh, we should just take care of it. And you're like, no, you're gonna appreciate getting everyone together to be informed of this, right? So yeah, but that's gonna take time, and in the weeks. But okay, cool. So we have a meeting of the Bourne, kind of like a slight emergency meeting about everyone's waters, and everyone's glad to hear that we're talking about it. They're like, oh god, I'm glad we're talking about it.
Yeah, any of these estates, manors along the Bourne that have like weirs or something, or like fisheries, they're probably fucked.
Yeah, and that's going to be kind of the event here is that first, like, you're going to all agree, like, here's the conditions for success here as I kind of have them down, and you can let me know how you want to roleplay and negotiate and stuff like that. But basically, you need to spend money to hire a team to go dig out the spring. And 2, you're going to have to give up the weirs and stuff and most of your like water-based economy stuff this summer. Because it's not going to be, it's going to be too late for, unless if failure to do those, you're going to have a misfortune hit this year. And then also I'm going to use anyone with a weir and roll basically like a D6, and on a 3 or minus, it's kind of like overfishing, or like in that kind of way where it's like you're doing damage to the Bourne's ecosystem, basically. Like kind of like the deforesting logging thing kind of works in the game.
So mechanically, sort of as a guideline, the weir is only like a Libra or 2 in profit. Yeah, it's not like a huge, it's not like a vineyard where it's like pumping out the money.
Correct. Yeah, it's a small thing.
Okay. I think
like replaces the field essentially.
Yeah, I thought it was something like that. With that in mind, Aiswin is going to make the like general pitch. Like we all need to like kind of come together and hire some teams to like work the river to get the flow going. But Aiswin is going to work with Gwern and see if financially Aiswin would be able to reimburse anyone with a weir for their loss, like essentially pay them to not use their weir.
That would absolutely. You don't have to make a test for that and stuff. He's like, yeah, I mean, it will cost you maybe like 5 or so librum to cover it all.
Oh, hell yeah. No, that's super easy then.
Yeah. All right. Generous. For going above to take care of your, not vassals, but peers, right?
Peers, yeah. I mean, for Aiswin, it's kind of a no-brainer. It's like this is what the Order of the Bourne is for.
Yeah. But still, you're
slowly morphing into the commune of the Bourne, but
it kind of has that
cooperative.
Feel, yeah. The Bourne supremacy. Yeah. The Bourne Cooperative is the least famous Jason Bourne story.
Yeah, that's the one where he stops being
the Soviet version.
Pawn of imperialism. That's
awesome. All right, and then I have a scene with Merlin and Nimue in mind.
Okay.
So I believe Merlin is going to have to spend some time with you. Maybe this is at Stonehenge after you've been kind of nominated and stuff to be, promoted as the druid and stuff.
Okay.
Merlin comes over in a kind of surprise visit. He does not look good. He's older than you have ever seen him. You know what I mean? He is not even like a silver fox kind of way, but he's aged quite quickly.
Okay.
And you like he's favoring his walking staff, in a way you haven't seen in a while. So he kind of like Nimue as he like sits down on a bench or like one like a stone. It's been yeah.
Merlin,
How are you taking to your new position?
Quite well. Are you all right? I was not
Uh,
expected that you would be here. Can I?
I'm as good as I'll have to be. Got a
Do you
long
need a
journey
more
ahead of me.
comfortable chair?
No,
Okay.
no. I wanted to see you and these stones again.
Oh, yeah. It is a good place to be. Don't mind me being so direct, but you seem unwell.
I know. It's been a tiring life. And he looks at he's like kind of like not really paying attention to you when he asks the question. It's like he's actually like paying more attention to the stones.
Mm-hmm.
You know the Pendragons are buried here.
Yes.
He's like,
is that a thing that I would know?
Yes. Yeah, incidentally, because it's a story, he ends up like kind of lore explaining to you in a way that you probably know. But like, yes. And he's just kind of he's clearly like dwelling on legacy.
On legacy?
Yeah. What do you think of the boy? Honestly, I don't think I've ever asked you. Make it quick. I'm too tired for long answers.
Whatever I think of him, I think he's what we have. And that has to be enough. It seems. Yeah.
Just enough?
Could be more, he could be less. It's hard to say.
Yeah, well. It's not like his father, that's for sure.
In
a good way. But do you you trust him?
Believe so. Has he given us any reason not to? If he hasn't, then we have to trust him.
What if he has? What if he will? What would you do?
I'm not sure it's up to me to decide such things for everybody.
But what if it was? He like really needs an answer from you, and not, like he like dwells from you and looks at you. He's like, "What if Arthur?" Yeah. So basically, he's asking you like, "What if Arthur is hiding a secret? Like, what if Arthur is lying, or like he ends up not being as trustworthy as you think he is, and there's a problem? What would you do?" So he's like he's like dwelling on this to you, and he really needs an answer from you about it.
Yeah.
In a way that like Merlin's not been that kind of teacher to you, you know, like this is very out of place for him. But like this seems very important to whatever's going on in his brain right now. Well,
I think perfection is not for men, and if that's what you're asking from him, that perhaps may be too much. And to be charitable.
Perhaps perfection is too much. It is a blessing and a curse, children. Your legacy. You can only lead them so far, but then they will surpass you and surprise you in ways that you never would have guessed.
What has he done, Merlin?
Nothing yet.
Do you know what he will do?
We'll all soon know. But, and he's like standing up again and aching at his, rheumatoid joints here.
I'll help him up.
Yeah, as he stands up, gets this, I think his bones like, pop as he's like getting up. He's like, ugh. I'm tired, Nimue.
I can see that. I'm not.
Yeah. I need you. Arthur is going to need you a lot more. A lot more than what I can provide. You get the feeling that he's like not trying to say goodbye, but he's saying goodbye to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you're clever enough, the Lady of the Lake, that you get what he's doing, but he's trying to say goodbye.
Yeah. I feel like the Lady of the Lake would not be so in touch with any sort of finality that way.
Yeah.
I feel like she doesn't live like in a linear way, you know?
Yeah. And
sort of.
Yeah. But also Merlin, questionably linear as well.
Yeah.
He starts talking or mumbles something in Latin. Like, you know, he's like that old, like he's just like, or maybe even like, and then what would be the word? Pre-Roman, like Greek, or like, you know, like what you would, the Anian, what would you say would be like Trojan, you know, like he's talking like, he like speaks like an old Trojan saying, like just a throwaway line that like, you're like, how would you, yeah.
Interesting. I trust, even if bad things are to come, that we will all do our best. I think it's too much to shoot for flawless. But I will help and he will help, and he may be the best we all have. And that's what I have faith in. And that's what you can trust.
One more thing, Nimue, before I head out.
Yes.
Make sure that round table of his don't lose trust in him either. What the knights see in Arthur sees in the knights. They work together.
They do. I will do my best. They're young.
He laughs because he's like to be fucking young again, man. to do that time.
Yes. They're so young. Such trust rarely survives without trial. I will do what I can to instill that in him and in them.
Perfect. Well, the winds are taking me elsewhere, and so much to answer them.
Yeah. I hope to see you again one day.
Me too. Take care, Nimue.
Peace out, Merlin.
Yeah. Don't forget to like and subscribe, Merlin. And he's gonna basically walk off in the sunset for a little bit.
Cool. I will say a prayer for his being.
Yeah. Tilshead is having a good go of it this year. Economically. Your manor is in fantastic spirits. But Sweeterin has begun to notice a pattern of kind of idle hands. You know, a lot of people, like a lot of the laborers, there's nothing in the farms or the town to do right now. You're in that like month-long kind of lull before the harvest. And there's really like not much to do. All your kind of working improvements are underway. And you notice that like some of them like have started to kind of just get into day drinking, you know, and just kind of nothing else to do. Do you find them work, or like do you want to talk to Sweeterin and like do you want to find them work? Do you want to just not bother them? Do you want to chastise them for being idle?
Yeah,
like
the Warden River is running low, and I hear that they need hands to help dig out the spring. Childerton is Gorthrin's manor. Like, even though Rodgar lives there, Gorthrin never like. He's just like, yeah, you can live there, you know, as a as a place, but like he still considers Childerton his responsibility. So it's like, don't you get on over there?
Yeah, I love the idea that you never lose track of the news at home, despite Tilshead being your new major. I like that.
Yeah, he's got that. He's got a vassal. I don't know who Nesta's heir is, but presumably at some point they're old enough to take over the manor.
I think you have 3. You have. Oh no! That's not. No, those are the 3 that you have in Tilshead. You have. So Glesny is the. I had them swapped in my head because they're right next to each other in the notes.
Yep.
Glessig is your kid, and Glesny is the knight. It's Glesny,
yes.
Gwagon, and Aaron.
Yep, those are the household knights that Gorthryn has.
But I forgot that I forgot that I don't have a knight for you for Nesta. But
I don't
no
know
matter.
who the vassals. Yeah, he'll one of like
okay. But the idea is that you're gonna send those, rather than those peasants relaxing, you're gonna send them out to go work over in Jollerton.
Yeah, they'll get taken care of. But
yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
I love those laborers. Awesome. So while you're finishing that up, Glesny is gonna kind of not necessarily barge in, but request a presence with you.
Certainly.
And I pray I'm not interrupting. But you see, I'm not sure if I was visited by an angel or perhaps a devil. But would you lend an ear to a possible dubious plan?
Certainly.
So, I know you just sent those laborers out, because there's not much to do right now. But that got me thinking. And it's always dangerous. But what if someone paid another town's laborers to just be lazy when there was work to do? What do you think of that plan? It's not an honorable thing to do, but also it's like what if someone would do that?
I guess like Gorthryn's sort of seeing maybe where Glesny's coming, like the angle she's coming from. Like,
the angle. So she doesn't say that, like what her angle is, but you know her, and you know that she is known for having a hatred of Vagon, and so she kind of wants to do this to just kind of rub it in on them a little bit. So you know that it's probably like, so that's what she's not saying, but it's also kind of the subtext here. But even though I do agree that subtext is for cowards, so I'll give that to you.
So there's
you know what I mean.
I got and she's like, I've got notes on her like sort of selfish, hate Saxons.
Yeah.
We're talking about the same night.
Exactly. She's not a good person, which is why she's the one bringing it up, being like, "What if we were just like manipulative about?" And bribing,
we could. The thing with that sort of behavior, I find, is that at some point you find that others stop trusting you. Develop a reputation. What others think about you is important. Others rely on you. Others depend on you. Others trust you with their lives or their well-being. And if you're unworthy of that trust, then I find that everything breaks down. Why not put them to work? If it's money that you want to spend on others, then we can always throw a festival or a feast. He's trying to spin it as like he kind of understands where she's coming from, and like, well, if you're looking to spend money, there's better ways to do it than that. Is how he's framing the conversation now, Gordon.
Right. So another translation is that you don't have a rival where that would be, worthwhile. Is it like in her head as she's processing it around in her own internal logic? Like, okay, not honorable. Yeah, whatever. But it's only because you don't hate someone enough to know that. So, okay.
And she does. So that's where.
How did you keep this head of yours? Forgive me. How did you grew up in the anarchy?
Certainly. Yes, I recall many times hearing Saxons trying to beat down our front door while my father fought them off. Yes.
How do you carry such a strong sense of,
We all bleed red. Our guts look the same when we're dying on the battlefield. Everyone calls for their mother. Everyone clings to those next to them, whether they hate them or not. I can't hold that kind of hate in my heart because in the end, we're all just going to die with our guts spilled out on some muddy battlefield. And I would prefer to spend the time in between that doing other things and living a life that I find worthy.
She is impressed by your fatalistic and bravery, right? In the sense of your fatalism, right?
Yeah. I mean, Gordon's seen like 7 of his friends.
Yeah.
Like the household knights, I think, is one of those things. These are people that we trust enough to let live in our house.
Yeah.
And protect us, to watch over our other manors. They're not just randos, right? Like these are people. Yeah,
exactly.
So it's like 7 of them have died for Gorthron within the last 5 years, and he's just changed from
what I'm picking up from Glesny, from just kind of their traits and stuff like that, is that they have a little bit of psychopathy. Like they really, you know what I mean? Like they're basically like they could be your like loyal dog, you know? Like they'll do whatever they like. They're like your version of a Hearthgonop. They're like, yo, you tell me to kill someone, I'll kill someone, no problem. Like whatever. To them, honor doesn't mean it, like, so they just want to take care of you.
Gorthon respects that. Listen, there's a place for everyone at my table and the like. And Glesny, as long as Glesny doesn't cause trouble, then she'll always be taken care of.
You know, Gorthon, I don't pretend to understand how you know what the right thing is, but I trust always that you know the right course of action. So, okay. Sorry if I offended you. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Cool. She's just gonna go back. Like, okay.
Yeah. I think Gorthon very much has an attitude of just like, there is no such thing as perfect, and there's no such, like he's tried to pull the sword from the stone. He watched as other people did. He saw when Arthur did it. Like he's heard all the rumors about Arthur and all the mess that goes into forging this thing. Like it's okay. Like nobody's perfect.
Yeah. All right then. We're gonna go over to Acewin one more time. All right. Karen is riding to Gunnet. Karen's technically your sworn. What is it? What would be obviously partner, but also
I think she's a household knight.
Household knight, yeah. Household knight. And you know that she had to go to Sarm for whatever, and she's coming back due any minute, and you can see her in the distance, coming towards Winterborn Gunnet, riding at great speed.
Okay.
You hear her shouting, or maybe you don't per se, but like the watch person or whatever on the castle, you hear her shouting like, "Send for Acewin at once. I bear a grave message from the Earl."
Okay.
And cut to like the opening of the gates and stuff when you're coming out, and Karen dismounts and just gives you a great big hug. She looks distraught, out of breath from riding.
Acewin is not going to let her talk immediately, but seeing the kind of distress is immediately going to be like, Great Hall is going to like direct a servant, like bring some wine, and sit Karen down and be like, something's going on.
Yeah.
Take a breath. Go.
She kind of trembles as she grabs the letter from the Earl, but you get the feeling that she already knows what's written in there, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can read it at your own leisure, but would you prefer if I just told you?
Acewin is going to take the letter and read it.
You are to report to Sarm once. King Arthur has gone missing.
Acewin, no words, is going to hand the letter back to Karen. Kiss her. Go to her wife. Kiss her. Go to the stables. Start calling. Like just immediately. Like okay. No words. I gotta go.
Yeah. Till's head. You're interrupted by a summons, and it's Rodgar riding up to you. Now, Rodgar, you know what he looks like and stuff like that, but I gotta ask, like, does he ever like look unfamiliar to you? At a point where like, your kid's grown up and is wearing, the armor, and he is, he's your landed knight and stuff and shoulder shit. Like, does he still look? Is he still your boy? You know what I mean? Like, is he still your son at this point, or is he?
Or is his younger brother? Like, they're separated by quite a few years. I think Gorthron was already a page in Sarum by the time Hrothgar was growing up. So like
you know what I mean? That distance though, and now you're basically like, you know, not quite peers, you're still over him being a Vavasor and stuff, but like the idea here is like, is there that familiarity still? Like, you know, seeing him when he was young compared to now?
I think so.
Like of a bachelor night.
I kind of find like Gorthron and Hrothgar have a similar kind of spirit and energy, and Hrothgar also has that outlook of like, I can't be mad. But I think that maybe for Gorthron, he sometimes forgets that like, oh yeah, this is like my younger half brother.
Yeah.
You know, has a whole other a bunch of brothers and sisters, because Gorthron like was alone for so long, like, you know, he was already out of Childerton by the time Lady Great came back, and so for him, he forgets like, oh yeah, my dad had this whole other family.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes. So he's riding up.
Yeah, he's riding up to you, and he hands you off a letter, which he has not read or knows what it's about, but you can see that it's clearly has the Earl's seal, right? And he's I've been told I'm to give this to you at your earliest convenience. I was in Sarum for helping Acewin get the laborers, and well, I volunteered to bring this out to you. And he hands you over the letter.
Thank you. Go inside.
Seems important.
Drink. Yeah, and Gorthron read it immediately.
Only he sent it to you and Acewin, so it must be something about the Round Table.
Yes.
And, you know, he's like cold, and you know he's like just rushing super hard. He's like taking a breath for a second.
Yeah, get something to drink.
As you finger open the letter, right? And you're like, I can't read. No, it says you've been requested.
I paid that.
Yeah, I know.
Before to be able to read.
Yes. You've been requested to Sarum Castle at your earliest convenience.
Okay. That does it say anything else?
No.
So quick metagame question here.
Yeah.
Because it's been like 3 weeks. The last time we had like some sort of fight with a Knucklevy, was that like
true?
Is that okay? All right, that was a separate thing. Like that adventure's done and gone.
Oh yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought. I was curious. Yeah. Okay, I wanted to clear that up, but. Yeah, Gorthron's going to immediately get ready, and he's going to be like, Hrothgar, you know, you're with me. And when Gorthron leaves, he has Sir Gwagon that stay in Till's Head. One of his household knights, Sir Gwagon, ambitious, throws feasts, is high fairy lore.
Yeah.
All the others either have a hatred of Saxons or whatever. He's not leaving them alone with his Saxon wife and his bunch of half Saxon kids. So Gwagon is who stays behind and sort of like is in charge. I figure he's ambitious, gives him a chance to, you know, build some skills that will let him channel that ambition in a healthy way.
Yeah.
But he's going to take Hrothgar and Glesny just to see what's up, you know, even if they're not round table knights, they might be needed.
Yeah. All right. So smash cut. Nimue, you also have received a dire warning, whether it's through omens or let's talk about how you would prognosticate that the king is in danger.
Oh God. Oh, I'm too sleepy for symbolism. Oh my God.
Okay.
I think, what's a good symbol for Arthur? I can't even think of what it would be at this point.
A crown.
Large lizards.
A crown is so
dragon.
obvious. A dragon. Yes.
Even a lion, like 3 lions. Or like, actually, no, it's a red dragon. It's dragons.
Red dragon.
It's 3 dragons. Definitely dragons. Something draconic.
Yes.
Something lizardy.
Okay.
Crown,
Big gecko.
purple. Yeah.
Yeah.
All of those sound.
Yeah. So probably some sort
Is
of
it?
vision of like a dragon, like 4 adventurers fighting the dragon. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not
Okay.
sure.
Yeah. And like an
Sorry.
empty, yeah, no, it's fine. And like an empty like Camelot, or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
Right. So,
Mhm.
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So being the closest Round Table Knights, it would be from Stonehenge. It would have to be you would rush to Sarm to tell the Earl, Rofus, and consequently then both of these two chuckleheads. Okay, so the 4 of you are gathered together, and the Earl is here to kind of relay the feeling of the premonition that Nimue had to you two.
Mhm.
I'm thinking of the king again. Has there been any word from Camelot? They've just moved. This is like the year that they're all moving in and everything, right?
Exactly. This was the first feast of Camelot. Remember the mantle thing and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, we had the Nuka-Levy, we had the lake, but Arthur's gone again.
Yeah.
And now
the king comes and goes.
Yeah. Something is pulling him away.
Do we have a sense, like, now that we're all here and kind of getting together, of like a complete picture of what we know, or is it just this dream that Nimue's had?
It's just a dream.
Okay.
But Nimue's never been wrong about a dream.
Right. We know where the king would have been this time of year. Like, is it part of his progress? Like, would he
normally? Normally he would be. Normally he would with Camelot being where he's kind of staying now, we're not exactly sure. Normally he'd be hanging out with Urians and stuff up in Escavalon, Carlian area. Basically Wales.
Yeah.
But right now they don't. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't know. Yeah. Okay.
So.
Well, what do you guys think?
Let me put a finer point on it for the dream and the vision. Sorry.
Okay.
You see a dragon being killed by Excalibur. Like the head of a dragon, like cut through Excalibur.
Oh shit.
So
okay. All right. So someone's taken Excalibur and is going to kill Arthur with it?
That's probably the best guess, yeah.
The only other interpretation I can see is like Uther becoming unworthy of Excalibur. Our parents saw that fading. So like metaphorically, it killed him. But like, so is this a direct or existential threat to Arthur?
Direct.
Yeah.
Okay. I think we need to get to Camelot. Honestly, like, I can't really think of any other place to go where we could get more information, like useful information. Because maybe maybe Kay knows where they last saw him. Maybe he's there.
So I know that like there the book talks about the Earl's entourage and like the like cycle that he makes around Salisbury as a matter of course. Does Arthur not have something like that?
No. He hasn't really gotten into the habit of that yet. He was kind of hoping. I think only because of Camelot, right? That's what I was describing. That like normally he would be in Escavalon, and so like that, like he kind of had a route planned out that way, but he didn't really have a route planned out from Camelot, especially then this whole G-dang, assassination attempts and all this stuff happening this year. It's kind of a lot. So his travel plans are delayed, to say the least.
Yeah, him being missing in the context of, especially in the context of
Yeah.
the recent assassination attempts, is probably the most worrying aspect.
Exactly.
It's one thing for the king to take some time off. It's another when someone tried to burn you alive in a fancy coat. So, yeah, I agree with Jim. I think heading to Camelot is our best option.
Like a day's ride.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, let's get some fresh horses.
Okay. So the four of you will head out. Duke, Nimue, Gorthrin, and Aeswin. You ride out post haste towards Camelot. There you will find a King Urian, who is basically drowsy and waking up. You've been told is the last person to see Arthur. He tells you that they were camping in the woods. And the next thing you know, he woke up here, and he tells you that it's a nearby woods. It's the not sure which forest it is. It just says the forest. So it's probably the Forest of Ash. Probably let's say, it has to be Camelot Forest, because if it's the woods of Camelot, then okay.
Sure, yeah.
Yep.
No. Yeah, it's right there.
Okay.
And that's like
something
thick.
Yeah.
No, we don't no one goes in there to cut wood.
Exactly.
No, okay.
It's the ancient old growth.
Yeah. Old growth forest, yeah.
Yeah.
This is that forest from the Sword in the Stone animated movie.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Where it's just like you can't ride a horse through it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. It's back into it then. We'll have to find the Surians, or does he know where where they were hunting? Like, can he remember any details from before this enchanted sleep?
No, he remembers the sound of, or the calls of a raven, and then he remembers falling asleep. He's holding back some information, but you can tell that it's like personal to him. You could press him about it, but he's like, I promise, I've told you all that I know.
Yeah, I don't want to press. Okay. Sounds like we're headed into the forest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Make preparations. Go. If there's anybody around Camelot who could be of help, like if there's any of the hunt masters or the people would have been like the underlings that would have gone with them, right?
Yeah.
Like I want to head straight to there, because that's like
Erwin take us there. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Love it. Okay, so we have a scene of you all like rushing off into these woods. The trackers and the dogs and stuff like that are leading the way ahead, and that's when as you guys are like looking for the tracks and trails and stuff like that, you hear the sounds of combat, of a duel that's ongoing right now, which grabs your attention as Arthur is fending for his life against an assailant.
Right.
Yeah.
Spurs to flanks.
Yeah.
Spurs to fucking flanks.
So
to the king.
You hear and the part that like why it's him is you hear like the sound of steel on steel, the ring, and the quintessential sound of a sword breaking as he screams, "No, Excalibur!" And
no.
We close enough.
And you hear, and then I mean it's thick woods, so we're just hearing the narration of the events as this is unfolding right now, right? And you can see that Arthur is like you guys have fought long enough to know that Arthur is on the defensive. He doesn't have a weapon. He just has you just hear like the clang off a shield, like that's all he has to defend himself right now. And I want to paint the picture of you seeing a fellow knight, not a round table knight, but just some nondescript knight here, just barreling down on Arthur with the brilliant, radiantly green like Excalibur sword, coming down on him right now. Arthur is like backward. He's like laying down like with the shield up, right? Like it's getting real nasty here. With ostensibly this assailant wielding Excalibur.
Yeah, let's jump in.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Is there like magic I can do?
Yeah. No, I'm glad you asked, because Nimue,
magic.
You would know the dangers of going against Excalibur.
Mm-hmm.
And you know that your fellow knights here are going to lose to anyone fighting Excalibur. It's pretty much going to come down to you and your magic here.
Oh no. Oh dear. Okay.
Right. You are obviously Nimue, so you have the first chance to act. Would you let the knights, like, because obviously, like, they're not going to wait around. They have a huge, Gorthran has a giant valor score. Ace Win, just as well. Like, Earl Rofus, like, they're not going to stop. So, like, I'm going to give you first chance to act here, but are you going to warn them, or are they going to find out the hard way?
I will probably tell them, like, protect Arthur, but do not attack. Like, get in the way, basically. Please be a human shield while I deal with this.
That sounds fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
We've seen Excalibur in action, right?
Yes.
We've seen what it's like when it's wielded at full power, and no one's been able to stand against it.
Yeah. The way this is going to work is that if you want to be the human shield here, you please crit. please let your sword break instead of you. Okay. That's my suggestion. But obviously the king does need help, and then as Nimue is going to use magic to basically disarm Excalibur.
Yes.
Right? Okay. Yeah, so, I would put Gorthran's considerable body between the unknown knight and
I would like to invoke. Yeah.
All right. I want a test of see who gets there first. Actually, okay? Because I know y'all's hearts are in the right place. I want to know who's the one who gets in, who interjects themselves first. Because it's a kind of a too many cooks situation with three of them. Like only one person for this first go around. Who's it going to be?
Okay. Sure. What are we testing?
Yeah. That's a good question. Energetic.
Energetic. Okay.
I think energetic.
Okay.
Yeah, that feels right.
Passions are obviously allowed.
Okay, yeah, well, yeah, so I'm invoking Loyalty Lord for this scene regardless. So I'll do that first.
In fact, anyone, if your loyalty is higher than 16, I think you kind of have to.
Mine is not.
Mine isn't either.
If it was 16 plus, you were compelled to call on it. Okay. Seeing your lord in danger.
Yeah.
But it doesn't affect trait rolls anyway. Oh, so close to critting. You've got longer legs.
And little spark plug. It's actually one of his distinctive features.
Oh, look at that. My distinctive features are bushy eyebrows and rough hands.
Gorthran has a bright smile and long legs.
Romance novel characters.
Rofus doesn't get to do it either. All right, so Rofus doesn't steal the glory at this moment, so it's going to be Gorthran.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. All right. So you're going to ride forth again. Arthur is prone. Like he's like literally like on his side, like one hand's on the ground, the other one's lets his shield up as this assailant is just dual handing Excalibur, just bringing it down on him.
Fighting defensively.
His shield is breaking, right? Like the dragon's, like the head of the dragon has a big splash in it because it's metaphor, And he, as he gets ready to swing again, he stops because obviously there's a fucking horse riding at him. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Okay, yeah. So Gorthran is going on the defensive. He's not trying to do anything other than get in the way.
Yeah,
and protect the king first, and then himself second. He's got +5 from his inspiration, and fighting defensively gives him a +10.
And
but he deals no damage, and his own horse. All right,
that's good because I'm pretty much going to roll +20, and you're going to try to beat us. Okay?
Yeah, I'm in a similar situation.
All right, beat a 38.
That is a...
What's the total?
Shit, 24, I think.
Yeah, I can't tell.
I think it's a total
24 is my base, is the base skill I've got, and I was rolling with a plus 20. Fighting defensively is 10, inspired's 5, mounted's 5.
I can't parse it.
Hold on. Roll equals 15.
Yeah.
So you rolled a 15.
Okay.
39. I think
So you got 39. Yeah. So you beat a
15
38.
plus, yeah.
Okay, the good news is that it's just then, okay, so you're not dismounted, you're not going to be hurt, but your sword's definitely going to break then, right? So, like, there's this part of, Arthur is getting ready to, like, basically, like, this is it, man. Like, I'm doing the shield thing here, and instead we just see, like, Excalibur ring against your own sword, right? And it just clashes, and it holds Excalibur for, like, 2 seconds. Like it's holding it, and then we just see Excalibur begin to just melt through it, like and just sears your sword in half as it just breaks and crumbles. But it's enough for him to get out of the way, and he's like, Gorthrin, what are you doing? Get away! And this moment, that's when Nimue spell is going to go off.
Okay, cool.
So the good news here is Nimue, you do not have to roll for the spell.
Sweet.
For the casting here. But you're going to save the day here as this assailant guy is basically like stunned, being like, about to attack here, and then the next thing you know, this gust of wind blows Excalibur out of his hands, and like the sword drops 20 paces away, kind of just sticking out of the ground, and you can see almost like the eyes of the assailant, like he like snaps out of something. Mm-hmm. And he like looks at himself and looks at his hands. He's like, oh my God, what have I done?
Recognize the knight?
No. And I should say, when I say, oh my God, what have I done? He's speaking with a continental accent.
Okay. Interesting. Have I reached him at this point?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, is there
cool.
like do you stop attacking him even though he's kind of like unarmed, or do you just fight through? This is totally possible right now. This is happening very quickly.
He attacked King fucking Arthur.
It's not dishonorable. That's what I'm saying. And
yeah.
It could be an honest mistake, but like it's not dishonorable.
We can discuss how honest his mistake is when he's on his back. So that's.
Do you want to run him over, basically? You just want to run him over?
Essentially, I'm attacking him. Generally, I want to put him on his ass. I don't think Acewind's really worrying too much about finesse.
Absolutely. Let's do it.
All right, so not fighting defensively, so I only get a plus 10. Yeah. God, I would love to roll above a 10 on the dice at some point in my life.
You do beat him, so yeah, you're knocking him over hardcore. Technically, you are sitting above him, so you should have gotten a plus 5.
I added that.
You already added it. I see the 18. Okay, yep. All right. Anyways, yeah. So you barrel him over. Yeah, he's exasperated, and maybe it's your barreling him over that snaps him out of his ensorcelment. And Arthur is wounded. Mm-hmm. Like he's clutching his side. And he's clutching his side, and this guy is just like super repentant and sad and is confused. Like he doesn't. Where am I? Who are you? Like name yourselves. You are trespassing. He does not know where he is. Right.
All right. If the Earl doesn't take command, because I'm assuming Arthur's wounded, he's kind of maybe out of commission. But if the Earl doesn't, then this guy, you are on. This is the royal forest, lands of King Arthur.
Of all the places to say that you're trespassing, this is the worst one to be wrong about.
Right? Yeah. There's literally only one person that can be here.
This is like. This is like being like, this is a robbery at a police station.
Yeah, and clearly, like, he thinks he's back home or something. You know what I mean? Like, it's clearly not, something is wrong with him. Nimue, you can tell there's the smell of enchantment. Yeah.
I'm going to in this time, I'm going to
Interesting.
run over and secure Excalibur and then tend to Arthur. That's what I want to do.
That sounds exactly like
Acewyn-
the Lady of the Lake thing.
Yeah.
Acewyn has this moment of like, of course you'd act confused, caught in the act, and then a moment of like, magic. Like, magic sword, magic lady. It's okay if this guy actually is confused. Especially thinking of like the magic force experience that Gareth had, that shit happens. So Acewyn is, I think, immediately going to like drop her hostility level, like right down. I was going to be like, she's going to be like standoffish and protective, but I think she's immediately going to be like dismount and be like, it's all right, like you're safe, kind of thing.
No, that's that sounds extremely sensible. Yeah, this night is so. You all are going to gain 100 glory, for defeating Sir Accolon.
How do you spell Accolon?
Accolon. And he confesses that he met a lady, with raven black hair, and basically is describing Morgan Le Fay.
Side look to Gorthrin on the mention of ravens.
Sir Accolon is confesses that he loves her, and that that there was something and he just starts describing kind of magically that it fed on jealousy, and that I became jealous when she said that you were not going to that Arthur forbid us from marrying, and so one thing led to another. I began to plot, but it wasn't me plotting. It was like someone else. I love our king. I don't know why I would do this.
Our king. So he has continental accent, but he is a knight of Logres.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He is a relatively new knight of Logres. Again, like, it's not uncommon for random people to be like, I've heard of Arthur. You're pretty cool.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go over there.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, imagine being in like Constantinople and be like, yo, new Pendragon just dropped.
Like, there were people from the court of the Roman Emperor not too long ago.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Like
so there are people, and especially the fighting and stuff in the continent. It's like, Claudius and what's his name lost. They're like, let's go, let's get it. Brandon Bross lost. Sorry, those are the people. Like, so like some people have come over.
There was
so just relatively fresh.
I was going to ask if he was from the part of the continent where the queen is exiled.
Yeah.
But this clears that up. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. One of my first thoughts was like, Arthur went into one forest. This guy went into a forest somewhere in France, and magic happened. So they're in the same forest, and that's why. But this also makes sense.
Okay.
Could be both. Maybe that's how he got. Yeah. It doesn't know how he got in. Yeah.
There is the kind of ethical question of like, you say you didn't plot, but you also said you did plot. He's like, to what degree are we holding you culpable?
He doesn't know, man.
Can you
imagine?
No, Acewyn doesn't either.
Right now, like, this dude's probably freaking out.
No. I understand that.
Yeah. So okay. So do you all understand objectively, like, probably what went through his brain? Like, he was compulsed, but it was acting like on an amplified impulse of himself.
Sure. So I'm not talking about me not understand. It's Acewyn has to like consider, like there's no template for this in terms of like justice, like
absolutely not.
The laws of the land such as they are, that is my question as the player is there something I could roll for Acewyn to kind of try and find some guidepost to like how's she going to judge this situation?
Ask Arthur.
How is Arthur? Like,
you can ask him for what do you want us to do with him?
Yeah. I'll Gorthrin will ask.
Yeah,
because you can see
Arthur is like, you can see like the red coming like under his, through like his quilted, what's the word, gambeson, like, and you can, as he's holding his side, kill him, which is like not Arthur's.
Yeah,
I mean?
Yeah. Can I like heal Arthur so perhaps he's less bleedy?
You can first you can first aid him. Your first aid skill is 18.
Okay.
So yeah, you can definitely tend to him.
Okay. So am I rolling a d20 and adding 18?
Under 18. Under 18.
Okay.
Did the just thing to
I did it.
Take him back to Camelot for trial.
Yeah, but he's not acting particularly just right now.
Yeah.
He's acting and I just nearly died right now.
Yeah. He just seems angry. Yeah. He doesn't seem like compelled in any way to be corrupt or anything.
Yeah. Arthur didn't take a mortal wound or anything like that, but he is certainly no longer bleeding.
Okay.
But he's going to need some time to heal, right? He just kind of like maybe got hit like 3 times, taking, a little bit of damage here and there, that each of those wounds needs to get healed over time. But like it turns out that the wound missed, anything super, super tough, and it was barely punctured him. But obviously, getting hit's still not super great. If Gareth and Ace are like, I know something about that. I know something, especially Acewind, right? And like, I know something about a wound looks worse than what it was.
Being that Acewind's notable trait is just, I think Acewind's going to try and talk King Arthur down from executing him immediately.
Yeah, please do.
Acewind's
what are you
going to be like?
Guys, what are you waiting for?
I think.
Be honest, the guy's probably on his knees, like being like I understand.
If Gordon had a sword that was complete, he might have.
Yeah, you're
inspired by specifically loyalty to Arthur.
Yeah,
this is
my loyalty is low enough where I feel fine questioning King fucking Arthur.
Gorthrin is Gorthrin is going to ask the Earl for his sword. I'll do it. And
my lord.
And he's going to ask the Earl to see if the Earl will give him his sword.
Justice does not descend from the spleen, my lord. Nor the gall, nor the gut. Saying basically like,
I know.
You're making an emotional decision, not a just one.
Yeah. I'm going to interpose myself in between as well.
Give him counsel.
Yeah. Let's be like, Arthur, I don't believe this man was responsible for his actions. It would not reflect well on you to make such a rash decision. This is one of your knights.
Colin, I want you to test prudence. And this is whether or not you can teach the lesson of prudence to Arthur here. Rather than being a disadvantage, I think Nimue is going to basically like even out like the rage verse things, and it's just going to be whether or not your prudence here wins out.
Prudence not great.
Hey! So like Gorthrin's got like the fucking blade ready to go.
Ready.
You know what I mean? And he's like, stay your hand, Gorthrin. We're bringing him back to Camelot. You're right.
Very good.
My rage unbalanced me for a minute there. You're right. Thank you, Acewind. And honestly, remember, this is why he brought you on to the round table. I know it's been 7. Okay, it's been like 7 months. So in my brain, So yeah, absolutely.
I'm Acewind the Killjoy. That's my thing.
Yeah.
Andy will sword back to him.
Yeah, and Gorthrin, by the way, that was the giant slaying sword that broke.
It sure was, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Sorry,
he's going to pick up the other piece. That's okay. Yeah. He knew what was happening.
Yeah. Okay.
He's going to pick up the other piece. If it can be reforged, he would like to, but otherwise, it'll go up on the mantle with the lance and the other stuff.
But yeah,
there'll be other swords. Surveillance sword is still out there.
Incredible. Okay. Yeah. Then you're going to bring him back to Camelot. Arthur has been saved. The warning was heeded. You got there just in the nick of time. Which I don't know the origin of that expression. I wanted. Anyways, you saved Arthur. Arthur's going to just basically sleep and heal at Camelot for the remaining parts of the summer and fall. And I think we're just going to go to like do some more family stuff in winter phase for the last bit of the session. And Emma ends up saving the day.
Hooray. What fun.
Yeah. Just as what's his name? Mallory described.
Before we depart, Gordon would like a word with Nimue.
Yeah.
Is the Urians mentioned a raven? There's this thing with the raven and his kid. Mm-hmm. And so I think, he just wants to like sometime before we leave Camelot and lay it all out for Nimue. The more disturbing thing is that that Queen Morgan would be visiting my daughter in her dreams.
Yeah.
Apparently, my father was visited by Queen Morgan as well in his dreams. The queen was a child.
All the legacies to be handed down in your family.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's not one I would wish for.
No.
Yeah. To help you out, Emma, for a second.
Yes, please.
Yeah. No problem. No, to help you out,
Jump in the deep end.
You can have this is basically your Agatha Christie moment. You know what I mean? Where it's like the ravens are the telltale sign of raven witches, which are a coven that work for Morgan Le Fay. So Morgan Le Fay, like looking at Excalibur, looking at the fake one that Arthur held, it's clear that someone close to Arthur swapped the swords at some point, that Arthur is carrying on a fake Excalibur. This must have been another ploy by Morgan to get back. The descriptions from Urians and Arthur, you know what I mean? Like you get to put it all together at the end of the episode kind of thing of describing the plot. But basically this is all another scheme by Morgan from afar trying to take out Arthur again.
Yeah.
Pissed her off.
And that they're coming after Gorthrin is just as another way that she's like spinning a web of like having a million different ways that she can, prime and go after him.
Yeah. She's hustling.
Like, her schemes are like weeds growing throughout the countryside, right? That she only one needs to bear fruit. Something, I don't know. You can be creative.
Yeah. I would say does not surprise me entirely that she would be doing this. You're a formidable knight, a formidable family. But it does not necessarily make you special that she is doing this.
Certainly. I mean, there's still like 100 kids that just showed up out of nowhere. Right?
Can I suggest something though?
Yeah.
Also, sorry. This is what I want to see in the game. And Nimue, would you mind reforging Gorthrin's sword? Like like going to the lake and like bringing it out again. It's like new.
Yeah. We'll do that.
I'm just gonna make that up. Like I don't know. Like you know what I mean. Like so, it's kind of like I would
put just the handle and the bit of the blade in and draw out a whole sword.
Yeah,
it's a lightsaber at the end.
Like tell me. Yeah, is that cool? Is that okay?
That's totally cool.
Cool. Yeah, that's real cool.
I was wondering if I could do that.
Yeah.
I was just gonna hang up on the handle.
But yeah, no, I will do that, and I will, as we can have this conversation as part of that sort of thing. I'll just be like,
we've got to ride back together.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Like we're basically like done for the year part, besides the accounting. So that's awesome. That this fall, do you bring Gorthrin to the lake, or is it very much like you return with the sword forged again?
I'll bring Gorthrin to the lake.
Okay,
it's a cool thing to see.
Yeah. It's in my lake.
Yeah. Perhaps maybe I sense that you're pulling away from paganism and want to show you some cool shit.
I mean, he's still. It's like, I think to give our viewers and my fellow players a bit of an insight into it. Like this has been something for me that like I like thinking about this turn in Gorthrin of like his wife was pagan and then converted like for 2 or 3 years into their marriage.
Yeah.
Like, you know, his you know, Lady Glessig, or not Lady Grade is, you know, at Amesbury, presumably like he's surrounded by people. The Earl has been a big one, because like watching the Earl go through the change that he's gone through the last few years, and seeing that, and then also Gorthrin knowing what like the next centuries ahead are going to be like. Gorthrin's like, well, what if I just joined everybody I know and care about in this? Like the fairy business, it's all still real. Like, but clearly there is power in this community, in this thing that Gorthrin's never really taken seriously. He just shows up on Easter, you know. But this moment where he's with Nimue is like, there's power in this land, isn't there?
Yes, of course.
It's here, regardless of what we do, how we toil in our fields, who rules. I sense myself seeking a different power. My family is quite devout.
Yes.
I gave my son to the church.
You did.
My only son. It feels unfair to me that he would bear my sacrifice. And it is important to me that he not feel cast out. And I think that I might join him. And I do not want you or anyone else to think that I have forgotten the powers that I've seen, the miracles I've witnessed. But my family calls me in a different direction. And the stone at Childerton is missing still. Perhaps it is just missing. And I should find a new source. At this point, he's just musing, and like, you know, he would be talking like the Stonehenge Druidess, you know, or something.
Yeah.
Gorthrin, I think, is really looking for is like he's sensing the spiritual change in him, but he doesn't want it to be rancorous, you know. Like he's, you know what I mean? Like he's like, I'm doing this because like everybody in this life has joined the church and it's important to them, and he wants to be a part of that.
Nimue would probably approach it with like, remember something like the early Arthur stuff where it's very like circular logic for pagans supporting Christianity. You know what I mean? With something like that, where it's like you've seen visions of what is and what we are, and as long as there's no rancor from you, it is not bad for me. It's not bad for us. I think maybe Eric has Twitch. I don't know how this
also
works.
Knows that when he's spoken to Sir Keith, that the British Church and the Druids stand united against something, because there's the Order of Saint Jerome, which is actually where Gorthrin's head's at. He wants to see if he can find them.
Yeah. I would. But I suppose the only caution I would take is you gave your son to one side. It looks like the other might be trying to take your daughter. So keep that in mind. In some way.
Emma, I leave it open to you. How much do you think Nimue and the Ladies of the Lake, and being like the child of a hunter goddess and huntress, how much do you think you do with dealing with the like Lovecraft-esque threats?
Lovecraft-esque threats?
Yeah. Because that's basically like what's out there. I don't think so much, honestly. I think it's a little esoteric, but I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I see the Ladies of the Lake as sort of existing outside of this ideological struggle. Like they exist the way they are. Yeah. You know?
I agree. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
For me, for like the Lovecraft stuff, like to me, if everyone secretly knows about the secrets of Lovecraft, like this stuff, then it's not really as esoteric as it is. But also, you're the Lady of the Lake, so maybe you do know. You know what I mean? So that's why I wanted to leave it open to you. So okay, that we have a canonical decision for this campaign, and I like that. That makes the Saint Jerome and all like that stuff like more weird and unique and stuff. That like it's not a big priority for other things.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. Good call.
Okay.
I like it. Yeah.
Nice.
Awesome. Thank you. Okay. There we go. We have the answer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think from her, it's like, hey, no harm, no foul. Do what you got to do.
Right. Yeah. That's, and Gordon is similar.
You know, just don't be a dick about it. Like,
yeah. His commitments are the same, you know,
yeah.
his loyalties in terms of what, you know, who he'll serve and whatever. It's just like he's looking to shore up weakness, you know, looking to shore up places that Queen Morgan could exploit. And Gorthrin sees the fact that he just kind of lives his life as just like completely carefree of what he knows about Christianity, while the rest of his family doesn't. And some of his closest friends and his liege lords don't. Mm-hmm. As like Gorthrin is not living a life in alignment with who he claims to be, which is, mm-hmm. you know, good and loyal and steadfast and loyal, right? It's time to shit or get off the pot.
Yeah.
You know, and we don't have to play it out, but he's going to talk to Lady Great at Amesbury on the way back.
I love that you look for counsel, right?
Yeah.
Even when in times of doubt or like uncertainty, rather than making a decision, you go to the people that you care about. So like going to your mom.
Yeah. Gorthrin knows he knows nothing, so he has to talk to others who know better.
Yeah. Hey, to know that you do not know as much as you think you do is like a huge human personal development step.
Yeah. But Gorthrin wants his conversion to be in the same time. Like this year is when Cohenhelm is
becoming a priest. Yeah, literally this
becoming
year,
a priest. Yeah. He would like it in the same at the same time. That's what Gorthrin's looking for. He wants to stand with his son in this ceremony.
So do you want your son to do you want to have the act of confession from your son? Like, you know what I mean? Like, do you want to, is there any,
I'm not sure like that intimate, but I think like definitely I want him involved. And at some point, he'll have a father-son kind of. Yeah.
Okay.
He just wants his son to know that like we're doing this together. Because his son's gonna have to give something up. Gorthrin's gonna have to give something up. Gonna have to wear down that lustful.
Whittle it down. But you want to convert your faith on your character sheet to British Christian.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
This winter phase.
Yeah. All right. Cool. We can go ahead and start marking that, and we'll just role play it out next year. But the idea is that it gets formally done this winter, and and the new page of Gorthrin begins.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, Colin, thanks for being a sport about just hanging out while some of these scenes happen. Again, I always thank you for being chill. Okay.
All good.
Cool. Now I have to ask Emma to just vibe for a little bit as we look at spreadsheets.
I'm happy to vibe while other people look at spreadsheets. It's my favorite thing to do with spreadsheets.
Yeah, that's true. Spreadsheets. Okay. So the base calamity that for both of you is looking at, because you managed them, is 15.
Nice.
So you're getting penalized or anything about your auto hatred of dealing with the idle peasants and sending them off. That was very clever. When I was preparing this, I literally did not even think of that. But then it sounds obvious in retrospect. So that's cool. I'm glad you did that. So we just can get ready to rock and roll with some justice events to see how that's going to help modify for this year. All right, so let's start with Till's Head. Till's Head's justice event this year: a convincing farmer versus an unconvincing tradesman. Something about a child, an adultery grandfather. I don't like the color. But
I mean, a child out of wedlock.
Yeah. I can. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Something about a tradesman. Yeah, I like it. So
yeah, there's enough
traveling,
there, right?
a traveling merchant. It's actually their kid, or some kind of situation.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And it doesn't. It could be like their kid. It could be like, hey, you were supposed to like apprentice my kid.
Yeah. Oh, it's even better. Yeah, you're supposed to apprentice the kid, and now the guy's like, "No, sorry, I got a different apprentice. I can't do it anymore."
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that. So the farmer is convincing. So we're gonna see what stat he has. He has a 7.
Nice.
All right, but he does pass. So I know it's been 17 years since we've done one of these things, but I believe you roll just at this
justice.
part.
Yeah. So becoming more just is pretty important to Gorthrin now. I don't know that I want to call on a passion for it, but maybe I'm just saying it out loud. So it goes. 5.
You pass and you beat by 1.
Hey, there we go.
That's what you want to see.
Hey, it's okay. So that gets me a check to just then, right?
It does. And where is my winter summary sheet? Your checklist? There it is. Oh man, I jumped ahead. We have to do all the skill rolls as well.
Skill rolls.
Yeah,
all right. When you pass justice, you reduce your hatred of landlord by 1.
Sweet.
Energetic goes up. Didn't like being beat in that foot race.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this.
Generous.
And just like that, chivalry bonus.
Chivalry bonus. Hell yeah.
I only needed 2. Oh my god. All 1. Yeah. These are where all my high rolls went. 2. I'm actually not complaining. That was nice. That's actually it for me. See, I didn't earn anything on skills. Yeah, that's it.
So,
yeah, let's change gears. Let's not skip down to step 4 of economics. Let's go back to do the experience checks for Jim. My bad. I immediately started getting spreadsheet open instead of following the table. Again, that was my bad. It's been a minute since we've done it. Ooh, honesty goes up. Wow, renowned for your honesty.
Oh, just stays the same though. Let's see how merciful it is. Merciful, not too merciful. Let's do, and then I think he's got a bunch of awareness.
Nice.
Anything. Oh, I'm keeping on my mace instructor still.
Okay.
But there are other instructors in the retinue. But I realized I was been rereading Book of the Entourage. Gorthrin only can gain the benefit of one of them per year, but he still keeps them on, But this year he's trying to get that mace to 15.
Nice.
Falconry. So not enough time to really get the falcons down.
You can't dual major. When you're being a knight.
No. Cannot.
Really?
All right. And like I said, it was a big year.
That's a shame you missed your falconry again.
Yeah. Hey. All right. Now my mace is finally 15.
Big mace.
Big mace. Quarter paying off. All right. That's this year's experience.
All right. Them experience checks are done. Aging. We're not 35 yet.
Gorthrin is.
Yeah. I'm 34. So.
You're born in 487.
Born in, I believe so. Let me check Gareth's sheet because that's where it would be written down.
This game, man. God.
Yeah. Acewin, Air.
We hit our first aging rolls of our second characters, man.
I know, yeah. I think 7. I'm good. I think 6 through 8 is no aging.
Oh wait, it's on my family tree. Acewin was born 487. Yeah.
Yo, that's incredible. That's so remarkable.
Yeah. I've actually been dreading it. I was like, I reread the rules this morning. So it's like, all right, how many points can I lose? Oh shit. Can't raise my stats anymore.
2d6 for the number of stats, right? It's a combo.
Yeah.
Is 7 no stats?
6 through 8 is no stats. So like the top of the bell curve, you're safe. Yeah.
That's right. It's when you get to the tails, it's danger.
Yeah, some of it's like roll 4 times. Jeez. But even then you could roll nothing.
No, nothing.
Like
yeah,
even
I think
the second roll
is,
you get a 6, there's always a chance that nothing bad happens. So that's actually all of my experience rolls, but he was
perfect.
Oh, that only those 17.
Only those, yeah.
Right. Cool. We got family member survival tables. Roll.
Right.
Hold on, let's bring us over to the winter phase table as well. Enter.
Burn, buddy.
Tiffany and Nesta are the last 2 orphan kids to still live at home.
Wow.
Yep. All my people, none of my rolls are going through, which I feel like it means they're all going to hit at once.
I see 1, a 19 out of 20.
I've rolled 5 subsequently, and they're not showing up. Okay.
Eaten by the internet.
Yeah, hold on. So it does that. So the button is not working for my sheet. That's so weird. But it just was, right? Because I just rolled.
Yeah, you just rolled that. Yeah.
Is there like a random something behind your character sheet that's open somewhere? That's going like, did you want to add a modifier? Or there's no like hanging.
No, because
it
it brings up the do you want modifier, and I say no. Let me try. What if I put in a modifier?
What if you put in yes at 0?
Oh, okay. So if I put in the modifier,
yeah.
Okay, now it's rolling. Weird. Okay. Well, everyone's good so far. Oh, okay. I see. If you don't have anything in the skill field, if you forget to roll, and forget to label your skill field, it doesn't roll. Fascinating.
Well, we also still have those foundlings, right?
Yeah.
Do we need to roll for them?
No, you do not have to roll for them.
Okay.
Final one. Okay, big fucking shit heel is still alive. Or I guess I don't roll for him anymore because
Adani is gone.
That's fine. He's still a big fucking shit heel, I think is the rule.
That's fair.
Yeah, that's what
you can keep rolling for survival every year if you want to.
No, I think I'm rolling to see if he's still a big fucking shit heel.
Yeah. No, you definitely should. See, we just heard Gorthrin lets bygone be. We got bygones. We're all gonna die with our guts spilled out on a battlefield. I'm gonna roll my survival of my rival every year. I'm gonna keep tabs on this guy.
That's checking the obituaries every year.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I check the obituary. Do we have the same glass?
We got the same one.
Do we have the same glass, Colin? Oh no. It just I just saw the shape and it was too blurry, so I couldn't tell if it had a prismatic edge.
No, it's just gross.
Yeah,
that's all.
Sorry. Anyways, all right. I believe we are back to economics.
Economics, yeah. Now we're caught up with our first attempt.
Right, we are caught up. Justice event. We were halfway through the justice event for you, Jim. Yeah. Now that we rolled to reduce the hatred of landlord, you test your concern of commoners.
Yeah, still 0. So
that's fine. A fail, as long as you didn't roll a 1, that means a failed means it's just not modified. So your misfortune roll is going to be 15. I'm gonna roll the misfortune right now. And then the ratio of, or the, okay, success. The what word am I even looking for? I don't even know how to speak anymore. The lookup in the table of the matrix.
Income?
Yeah, the lifestyle matrix.
Oh yeah, lifestyle. Yeah, still living large.
The Pendragon lifestyle matrix.
Right.
It's very, very diegetic. It's like every monk. Just imagine it's all just written in fancy script, and you're just looking over at the fields. I believe the misfortune has rolled a 17 this year, sire.
Hey. Oh dear. Oh Goran.
Hey, stewardship's gonna be okay. Hey, Colin, you're not supposed to roll yet.
Oh, right. We
have to do your justice.
Oh,
your just ice.
All right.
Your just ice event is a passionate farmer who's also rich, who will offer you straight up just $1 to settle for him about ownership of a cow. And the other farmer insulted you.
It's someone has named their cow after Acewin, and they feel that is an insult to me, and they're like, just let me kill the cow and like we'll take care of it that way. We'll eat the cow, it'll be fine. Here's $1. Just let us eat this cow. And I'm like, this is very weird. This is a very weird situation.
Let's see if the wisdom of Solomon holds out and you just divide the cow in half.
Yep.
All right, just counts. You reduce the hatred of landlord by 1.
Nice.
And then test your concern to commoners as well to see how that affects your misfortune this year.
Yeah, so ooh. I now have a positive modifier to my concern of commoners.
A 13. That's a pass.
Yeah. I think Acewin's judgment is that just rename the cow a Downy and it's fine.
That's a good one. You're rolling perfect. Your stewardship is 5. I'm rolling a 10. I crit. Remarkable.
Saw that coming. Somehow.
Okay. You hate to see that. The Matrix, when misfortune crits and you pass, crit versus success is just a poor harvest this year for you. And it's the born. Right? Couldn't recover, I guess, overall.
Yeah.
So that's that's a poor versus rich. Crit versus pass. Till's head. I didn't bring this. Oh, I just literally didn't bring any of this down. Silly me. Clear this out. The weather failed and you passed, so you live richly. Till's head's living it up. Final lifestyle result 0. Okay, now we go to spouse industry.
Okay.
A crit?
Fumble.
Okay. I don't think a crit or a fumble affects the roll. So it's either just a binary 1 or 0. So
I catch Alwina like teaching Karen to like do the like weaving and stuff.
Oh shit! No.
Instead of doing it herself.
Yeah. Oh, Colin, I totally forgot. Something else as well. This fall, as you are get the born, it's like refilling. The water is back again. Ducks are flying around, and one of your like peasants comes in holding a duck, and in one hand, like under the hand, as is the style of the time, and in the other hand, they're like, "My lord," and they give you a golden egg, a golden duck egg.
Where did you find this?
The duck laid it, my lord.
Ducks don't do that.
You're right,
saying
my
this
lord. I
duck-
must be mistaken. And he's like gonna take this but he's still gonna give you the egg. He's
hold on. Oh, hold on.
Yes.
You swear before God this egg came from that duck.
I solemnly do, my lord, as best as I knows.
Leave the duck here and go get the priest. I need to talk him.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you got a golden egg this year from a duck.
Okay. If that contributes any kind of like Libra or wealth,
It
I'm
does.
just
It's
gonna
one
throw
Libra.
like, yeah. All right, I'll throw a little small 1 Libra festival for my peasants.
Hey, so they have Egg Fest.
Yeah, Egg Fest 521.
Nice. Gunnet's the one that passed, right? No, fumbled.
No,
You fumbled
I fumbled.
for industry. That's
For
fine.
industry, yeah. Alwina's was secretly trying to get Karen to take over her domestic duties. It's like, no, Karen's the bodyguard. Stop it.
He has to make all the servant
Boundaries.
for Christmas.
Your script. Oh, you have to roll for your scriptorium. That was built last year. A D20. Just to make sure it wasn't delayed. Just don't roll a 20.
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah. Okay. You got your scriptorium this year. Okay. And Till's Head, you didn't have anything built last year, but you do have your more dogs.
Yeah, you got the
So
dogs.
your expenses of
last year,
6.
yeah.
Both,
He has over 24 dogs.
both of you need to roll for improvement income for your bees.
Bees.
Ooh, 2. You got the bonus bee. You got the bonus bee.
Got the bonus B.
Mm-hmm.
That extra B. I'm auditing my traits real quick to make sure I do actually get the chivalry bonus. I think I do. I audited it last time, but like I don't want to be wrong about this and have the YouTube comments yell at me.
Any miscellaneous income earned this year? And you declare in your taxes?
My expenditure for I'm at 96. Awesome. My expenditure for subsidizing the weirs along the board.
Right. 5.
I think that's 5. Yeah.
Yep. Okay, cool. So you're basically holding steady this year, Colin. You are at 467 at the start of the year. You're 470 at the end here. Oh, and I'm just gonna make the egg a 0 because you're basically buying it and selling it off. But that's 10 glory for you though, technically.
470? Where did I'm at? Mine says 139.
No, that's Till's Head. I have the other one open. Wrong sheet.
Cool.
Wrong sheet.
Cool.
Wrong sheet.
And Gorthrin.
I was so happy for a moment.
No, you're precipitously draining your income. Sorry, 1 second. You are actually at 152. But you also make sure you dock the 10 glory for giving up the egg for the.
Yes, and 10 Libra for living conspicuously. So I'm actually 142.
The maximum. No, it's 9 Librum because the maximum you can spend in it is 10, and so you're only spending 9 Librum to do it because you're spending the last one to be the egg.
Got it.
Not that it matters.
So,
you're starting getting the 100. It just it caps at
143. Got it.
So I'll just mark 10 there. Yeah.
And how much glory for the egg? 10?
No. The glory comes from the conspicuous spending with it. So you're right, 143. I'm trying to figure out how I should do the income as 1 and then the expenses is 10, so it's 143. There we go. This is accounting.
Yeah.
All right. Till's Head, I misspoke. You were at 467 and now you're at 475 this year.
Well, he paid off Gwen's debts. Remember, like from the feast. I forget how much it was though. I have a note. I have 2 different numbers written down.
Well, what are the numbers that you wrote down?
One of them was 100, which it's like that's 100 libra of drinking debts, and then the other was from the card, which I think was like 3. Flip the page. Yeah,
100. That does sound, honestly, that sounds right. But no, it was yeah, Gawain. That's right. Gawain had a giant tab.
he had a giant. It was a
Because
significant.
he was
note,
like binge drinking, being just like
Yeah.
a wastrel because of in melancholy. So yeah, so it was definitely okay.
Okay, so he paid that off, which is essentially went back to Till's head.
Yeah.
It's like pay all
Basically,
the brewers and the vintners.
yeah. He probably has a little bit of the rock stardom where he like trashed the rooms and stuff, and it kind of all just pays for all of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're down to 375 then this year.
Yeah, 375.
Perfect.
Warzone lets him know. Yeah, he paid it off.
Okay,
He's
cool.
doing this. He didn't do
Economics
anything.
over. Now we go to the super nail bitey horse survival, and then experience improvements and glory and stuff.
We got 1, 2, 3,
Amazing.
4, 5.
It's always telling in a year where there's no battle.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, but where's the glory
Ooh.
at? Like,
One of my chargers died. It's a shame. Still got a spare charger though, and Odysseus, my regular charger, did not die.
Hey, good news. Arthur is able to give you a new Andalusian charger after your other one turned into a paste.
Oh, nice.
I was like, on a 5 or 6, Arthur is able to have an extra one because these are really rare horses. And lo and behold.
Yeah.
got 4 of them that are come of age at 425 or
Yeah.
424, 524.
Yeah.
That 2 is good. They don't have a penalty yet, so they are still alive. And then both of my Andalusians give birth to foals. No species.
Okay. Are we done horses or con? Yeah. Okay. Cool. Experience improvements. 5 skill points. 1 skill over 15. 1 attribute or passion, as always. Training and practice.
And you can't go over 20, can you? For attributes. Should I just like make that up in my head?
I think
we have caps based on our Kimrick. Like Kimrick, our con can go to 21 because of our bonus, but I think everything else caps at 18 or 19.
Is that in the book?
Yeah, it's probably in the book somewhere. I'll look it up. If we can go to 21, I think I'm gonna max out my con.
But yeah, it's I'm pretty sure
plug is gonna be unkillable.
Yeah.
That's right. I am remembering that now.
Yeah, exactly. I do remember there's sort of like a stock limit, but I don't know.
Yeah, because we're both Kimrick. We're not playing like Frankish knights or Saxons.
Imagine playing Frankish knights.
Yeah,
imagine.
I made my
imagine as if.
Let's see. Leader in the stewardship goes up by 1 to 20.
Oh my god. You have a legendary steward.
Sveedern is a legendary steward. Very good.
She is
the powerhouse.
Yeah, she's outpaced Gwern.
Yeah.
Kimrick attributes.
I kind of want to set her up as a lady.
Yeah. Shit, I've been cheating this whole time. Deal. Strength is capped at 18, not 20.
That should go over.
Yeah. Well, that means I have to redistribute 2 of those points.
Yeah. I didn't know.
A lot of rules.
Good audit. Yeah.
That's what I did over the last 2 weeks. I audited.
Okay. There we go.
Yeah.
Well, all that means is I didn't dump it all into Dex. I put 1 Dex and 1 appearance. I figured to spread around a little. But I am now maxed at strength, maxed at con, and I am now exactly average attractiveness, which I think is
built it back up. Yeah. The Giants Club fixed you up.
I think I think we had this experience with Gareth later when I was like running out of things to bump for him, and I was like, whatever. He aged well, became a silver fox. I think you're starting to see Acewyn is going to be like, she's going to age well. She's she's going to be like Helen Mirren aging well kind of thing.
Wow. That's okay.
That Acewyn is buff Helen Mirren.
I love that.
The only ones I have to improve skills are Alwina has learned nothing. Boom. Oh! Gwern is not going to be outdone, it looks like.
Oh, okay. It was a good year.
Gwern is now also at 21.
Oh my god.
That's hilarious. 100% a jealousy thing. Like, Acewyn's like, I've heard Sweeterun. I've heard extraordinary things coming out of Tilshead from Sweeterun. Gwern's like, not this year. I got one job in this world.
All right. We are calculating glory. Colin, you get the chivalry bonus this year.
How much is the chivalry bonus?
100.
Yeah, and your arm, and it also raises your armor by 3.
Yep. Yeah. That is the tasty nubbins right there. So traits and passions means all told, I'm rolling in 300 per year.
Yeah, it's quite a bit.
Between the martial bonus and everything else, I'm 200 from hitting that 1,000 threshold.
Oh, we'll hit it in 522.
Absolutely.
Calculating mine, but I'm not going to go over it because I went over. I'm only at 13,097.
I'm averaging almost 1,000 a year right now. A little less,
Especially now that there's no battle. Like if there was a battle, that'd be different. That could easily be an extra 400 or 500.
Or if I'd done at all well during the Bad Vibes Easter feast. It literally in my notes is Bad Vibes Easter feast.
Oh yeah, that was a rough one.
That was weirdly not the worst Easter feast we've had somehow.
Dying by being burned in a dress is,
but it was bad vibes. Yeah,
God.
Definitely not the worst feast. I think that one was probably the one that Gareth and Erwin skipped.
True. Yeah, being St. Albans. Yeah. Characters can easily die there. Right.
It's probably like an idiom now in Salisbury where it's like everyone's talking about like, oh, that Easter was bad, but at least we didn't get St. Albans. So.
Yeah.
Our final glory total at the end of 521 is 13,617.
Hell yeah. Look at that.
That was so long ago. It's almost to the point where it's like misremembered, and like back to being exaggerated again.
We are now solidly in the people who weren't born yet are getting to mid-age,
Yeah.
So
how long was it like when we started playing the Night of the Long Knives thing where Vortigern and all the others?
It was like 30 years ago.
30 years. It's about the same similar time frame.
Well, that was
Vortigern was before Gareth's and Erwin's time. So
it was your great grandfather.
The 440s something. Yeah.
That's almost 100 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Sorry, Emma. I know we're just lamenting here about like what the wow. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I'm thinking of
all good.
Else.
All good.
Okay. Okay then I think that will wrap up today's session.
Yeah.
Emma, thank you for coming back today and reprising your role as Nimue and saving
Thank you
King
for
Arthur.
having me. This is such a fun game.
Yeah.
Snaps.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, and I'm so glad you can be a part of and have more context to Jim rambling at you probably all the time about this game.
Oh yeah, no, it helps. I try. Like I said, this is the only stream game that I ever watch, but it definitely it's fun to be a part of.
Yeah,
the rambles.
To have the behind the wheel experience.
It makes our conversations in the day-to-day far more efficient for me to be here.
Yeah. And I can certainly love to have you back, either reprising Nimue or even someone else, and maybe get a chance to roll your own stream Manor stuff or anything like that as well, if you were interested in seeing a different side of it. Because I know you come in as like a powerful NPC, so it's a little bit of a different take. You know what I mean?
It is.
So
no, I'd love to wrap my head around the systems more. Yeah.
Awesome. Well then, thanks y'all. This was brilliant. Any announcements or anything you want to share?
Pendragon Footnotes is cooking. That's about literally all that can be said about it right now, but it is cooking.
Okay, cool. All right, then on that note, we're out of here. Thanks all so much. We'll be back for more Pendragon next week for year 522. See you.
All right. Bye. Very cool.